Right guys, Red here. Today we're going to be having a look at 10 things you didn't know about Star Citizen. Probably. I admit, if you've been a veteran for, it is 10 years now, right? 10 years, then you might know all this stuff. But if there's even one thing in this list that you didn't know, the deal is you have to leave a like and possibly subscribe. And if you did know everything in this list, then you leave an 07 in the chat just to let us all know. First off, if you're in any medical facility around the verse and you hang around long enough, you can hear the announcers saying a lot of different things about a lot of different stuff. Most of it is completely irrelevant, but there is one thing that I noticed, and maybe you've noticed it too, but it's this.
Anyone sees a patient wearing blue pants, a red striped shirt, red and white hat, and glasses, would you please contact the front desk to let us know where you spotted them? Thanks.
So, everybody knows that you can place and drop items on the floor in the game. But did you know that you can hold left click to place an item? Because I didn't. Also, if you place the item with the menu and then hold left click and drag your mouse, you can spin the item and place it in the orientation of your choosing. So this one's pretty useful. It turns out you can use the packages that you get for delivery missions as a marker for you or for your friends. So say you've got a big massive load of Quantanium rocks that you've found. You could take the package from a delivery mission with you and leave it there so you know where to come back to. And if you share the mission with a friend, then the package will show up on their HUD as well. This one I didn't know about at all until I started researching. Apparently there's a crashed Javelin on the moon of Daymar in the Crusader system. And on the way down I was treated to this beautiful sunrise. It took me a while, but I eventually found it. And it is an absolute beast. There's not really much here in terms of functionality or things to do, but just the scale of the structure was impressive enough in itself. At Grim Hex around Yela, if you come to Habitation A and go up the stairs to the last door on your right, you find a room that seems to belong to an artist. And on the desk is a diary of the artist, and it's just his thoughts and his musings about his life. But at the end, he mentions a gift for Baba. A Gift for Baba is a late 24th century children's morality tale focusing on three siblings, Selin, Yela and Daymar. The best known version of this tale was written by Fatima Reynolds Malak in 2480. Selin has a simmering anger, Yela is cool and calculating, and Daymar easily gets lost in the story. All three are travelling from Mars to Europa to deliver the perfect gift to their grandmother Baba. If you come into the bar, you'll find another tablet with some Crusader visitor information on it. Again, a gift for Baba is mentioned. If you Google a gift for Baba, you'll eventually find the actual tale itself in the serialised fiction section of the comlink on robertspaceindustries.com. And it's a pretty cool little lore extra, you could say, and there could be more underlying there, either in terms of meaning or perhaps even, like the text mentioned in the bar, a visit to this frozen landscape will surely have all the markings of a tale of your own. Either way, I thoroughly recommend reading A Gift for Baba. It's very well put together and it shows you how far the developers are willing to go to put flesh on the bones of the universe that they're creating for us. So a lot of the older players will probably know this one, but there's an external entrance to get into New Babbage proper. What you have to do is you have to follow the tram lines down to the left and round to this little ramp that leads up. Find yourself a nice parking spot on there, then run up to the doors, and it'll take you out to the commons where you can absolutely destroy these numpties on the racing track. So if you come to Microtech's Lagrangian Point 1, aka Mech L1, you will find a little space station there called the INS Jericho. This is a naval base acting as a forward outpost for quick deployment of UEE Navy forces within the Stanton system. It was completed in 2871 and named after famed squadron leader Amir Jericho. The station is outfitted to provide logistical support, refueling and resupply options for a variety of capital ships, as well as smaller support and combat vessels. Back to New Babbage again, and this time we're going to follow the tracks from the spaceport down the right hand side. When you get right to the bottom of the tracks, you want to follow the space in between the buildings and just keep on going, and then just park up your ship and get out. From there, on foot, you'll find this little cave that someone's added to the game with some Christmas presents, some little snowmen, some nice Christmas trees, and a nice roaring fire. A lovely little festive scene that you can visit all year round. Next up is a little thing called Vector Hold Mode. Now I picked this up from a guy called Armored Genie. And basically what it does is it just holds a vector in the direction that you're pointing. So you'll notice right now, as I'm descending down to Daymar here, if you watch my cursor, every now and again you'll see it slowly starting to dip towards the ground. That's because I'm uncoupled. Now there isn't much gravity on Daymar, so the effect isn't really that pronounced. This time, as well as decoupling, I'm also going to lower my landing gear. And now we see wherever the chevrons are pointing, the course gets held. And that's irrelevant to gravity, wind, anything really. The ship just continues to hold the course. So you can use your strafe up and down and strafe left and right to basically point this in the direction of where you want to go and choose a landing spot. As you get closer to the ground, you can just slow down a little bit and come in for a nice, perfect landing in decoupled mode. You can also use this with VTOL enabled as well as space brake, if you need to come in hard and stop as fast as possible. I'll link the original video from Armored Genie in the description below. And one more little bonus one here. You can land on these barges. You just pull up alongside the top, plant your ship down wherever you think suitable. There's not really much going on, but it's still pretty cool to run about. In fact, you can land on most of the outer platforms on Orison without too much difficulty, and some of them are actually pretty well fleshed out in terms of details. Definitely worth checking out. And that's it. Remember and subscribe. 07 guys.